On the streets of nearly any city, you'll see them, our nation's homeless. Are they lazy, drug addicts, irresponsible? Look closer. Could the person be someone like you? Every homeless person has a story that led them to where they are today. Their stories may not be so different from your own. From lost jobs to sudden illness or a traumatic event, the causes of homelessness could happen to anyone.
The new poor are families with higher education and training, and they believe that they could never become homeless. And they come from middle class and upper class families, but because of the changing economy, things are happening and many of these people are finding themselves in a bad position as well.
As wages decline and housing costs skyrocket, making ends meet has never been harder for the 13% of Americans living in poverty. They are one accident, one illness, one paycheck away from becoming displaced. Yet many homeless people continue to work. In fact, as many as 17% of homeless adults have jobs.
They can't make their house payments or whatever it may be, even some of their rent payments because rent is high. Because of the economy, the low wages that people are making nowadays, like working in fast food places or convenience stores or doing house cleaning or office cleaning, and these are all minimum wage jobs.
Sometimes finances are not the only route of displacement. For Stephanie, the road to homelessness was laid after a crisis. She was a Columbine High School student the day of the tragic shootings. Stephanie says the trauma led her to a series of poor decisions, including dropping out of college and an unhealthy relationship that ended in an unplanned pregnancy.
I don't want to blame all of my mistakes on what happened at Columbine, but I do believe that I was withdrawn, and I think it ruined my dreams. It destroyed any motivation I had. Right after my son was born, actually, when he was 3 weeks old, we were evicted, and I had to go move with my mom. And we stayed there for a year, and we were okay, but my parents were also having marital issues. When things got really bad at home, my sister and I decided we needed to get an apartment together so that we could start growing up, and I was 20, almost 21, so it was time to leave. And eventually my bills got to be more than what I was bringing home, and I couldn't pay for anything anymore.
Stephanie has turned to a local nonprofit called Colorado Homeless Families for financial help and counseling to get at the root of her struggles. In recent years, the Denver metropolitan area has seen an increase in homelessness, and Colorado Homeless Families has helped shoulder the burden.
The city of Arvada is experiencing an increase in homelessness, along with the other metro area cities. Because of the economy, we've got people that formerly had good jobs or that have had a family crisis, but the main reason right now is just the economy.
For the vast majority, homelessness is not a way of life. It's a temporary setback that can be overcome with support and encouragement.
Moving here, I was able to learn how to do it on my own. I was able to pay rent, because it wasn't a lot of rent, so I was able to afford it. Plus I was able to pay my car and pay off all the bills that I had and still go to school and work, and there was a lot of support here.
I think it is very important that we respect the homeless, because actually it could be you, it could be me.
Colorado Homeless Families offers a path from homelessness to self-sufficiency.
The mission of Colorado Homeless Families is to help out the working poor and the new poor, and to provide them with transitional housing and supportive services which will enable them to become self-sufficient.
With dozens of properties, CHF provides transitional housing for about 70 families in need every year. Families are offered housing for a period of 18 months to approximately 2 years, but must meet stringent requirements to remain in the program. Parents have to either enroll in college, university, or a trade school, or be working in a position that will enable them to become self-sufficient. They must perform 60 hours of community service each year and attend counseling sessions, educational seminars, and support groups.
It's very important for our families to do volunteer work, do education, support groups, and go to educational seminars and be involved with case management and counseling, this allows them to continue on the road to success.
Colorado Homeless Families also offers support services ranging from case management to food to English as a second language courses, to furniture and housewares and the family adoption program at Christmas. These resources have been crucial for families like the Bales.
We were living in a facility that was an apartment, but they ended up turning that apartment into an office complex. So we had to move. We had to move pretty quickly once the news came. And at the income that we were living at, we had no place to go. We only had one at the time, and so one child, and so we called Colorado Homeless Families and they got us in right away. We never thought that we'd be in that situation, no. We were both raised in an upper middle class home, and coming to a place where we didn't have a place to go, even with family, was really difficult.
Colorado Homeless Families gave us a place to live. We lived here for about 18 months, I think. And then they helped Bill to get a better job, and then helped us also once we graduated to be able to buy our own home.
Yeah, I would say that we're very, very thankful for what they did for us and getting us back on our feet, providing us a place to stay. And we've, since that time, since we've left the program, we've recommended others to the program. So it's been a multiplication of help, and we're very thankful for this place.
This organization is not for them to make money, it's because they really care and they really want to help people. And that is a lot of times what people need who are having a rough time. They just need some sort of support from somewhere.
When times get tough, Colorado Homeless Families will be there to help because everyone needs a home.
I think the most important thing that Colorado Homeless Families needs right now is financial support. Colorado Homeless Families' future is to continue to help out the new poor and the working poor. We would also like to expand it and to build additional housing. We are currently in the process of building 7 additional townhomes, and we are seeking the funds to do so.
I think that Colorado Homeless Families is more than a worthwhile organization. They have helped and graduated from their program something like 330 families. And those people have lived with dignity and they've helped themselves. So they aren't just given a handout, they are graduated, they are motivated, they feel confident, they are pleased with who they are, and they go on to be successes.
To find out how you can help families in need, visit coloradohomelessfamilies.org.